What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys clicking on the video here this morning. Originally, I was just going to kind of cut and paste this really cool fish catch. I was able to get on camera for you guys yesterday. I was going to post it and showcase it to you guys here today. But I thought I'd kind of walk you through the fish catch real quick and just kind of talk to you guys about the conditions we were dealing with and kind of what transpired before catching this fish. Maybe there's some takeaways you guys can take for yourself to help you guys increase your odds at catching you a big fish out here on Okeechobee over the next couple of months. We're basically in September now, by the time you guys are watching this. And from September through October, it can be arguably, at least in my opinion, the toughest time to fish Lake Okeechobee. It's that transition period. We're going from the dog days of summer into those little cool fronts. Those little high pressure systems are going to start making their way down. We're going to have those more northerly winds, and we're going to have rising water in the lake. The water is coming in from all different areas of the lake right now. I think the lake level today is 1234, so it's coming up a good bit. And on top of the water coming up, you have different water meeting lake water. You know, the Kissimmee River water is coming down. It's got that really dark red tint to it. There's water coming in from Fish Eating Creek. Same thing, that real stagnant water with different pH levels meeting the lake. The lake's going to flip over. It's a real difficult time to catch fish consistently. But oddly enough, some of the biggest bags that do get caught on the lake and some of the biggest fish are caught during this time period. And again, we're still technically in summer, so there is still that early morning shad spawn bite if you put yourself where you need to be first thing in the morning. Catching a bunch of fish, 15 to 20 bites in the morning is common. Throwing like a white swim jig, a nickel spinner bait, a white easy swimmer, anything shad imitating, you'll get some bites in the morning, but then just like a light switch, that bite ends and the whole lake just turns into what feels like a dead zone. And a lot of people go put their boat on the trailer and head home, but if you're willing to stick it out, there are some really big fish to be caught. It is not going to be easy, if I'm being honest. So yesterday I had a guide trip with my buddy Mike, but he likes to go in the afternoon due to work. So he's like, we usually meet at 4 o'clock. I woke up in the morning, got the kids off to school, did that, and I told Breezy, like, I'm going to head to the lake early and start looking around. Again, it's transition period coming up, some of the most difficult times to catch fish. So I kind of want to get out there, get some feelers out there, check some areas, and I got to start getting on the lake more consistently now. We're going to start picking up with work, hopefully. And so I had to get out there. So I got out there about 10:30, and a technique, this is going to sound very repetitive, that catches a lot of big fish this time of year in this period is flipping. And I'm not going to get into too many details as to where to flip, what to flip, but essentially, you know, what's happening is with the rising water, the fish can feel the change in the air. You're going to start having fish make their way back into the grass. They're going to start trying to find their way back, and you're more or less trying to kind of cut them off and figure, and catch them as they're coming in. But with that, we're still dealing with high water temperatures. It's hot. The conditions aren't very fishy out there. So these fish are very lethargic. They don't want to chase. They don't want to move. And after that 9:30, 10 o'clock hour, like I said, the lake just seems totally dead. So these fish aren't wanting to chase. Getting them to even come up on a frog or even like a swim jig, a chatterbait, can be very, very difficult. So the best technique to utilize to get yourself a bite is, well, it's flipping. And a lot of times you can get away with flipping a bigger presentation. I like flipping that big gambler stinger, flipping a big jig, flipping a little bit of a bigger sized bait. And you're really having to hit these fish in the face, and just really position yourself in the right areas, and you can have your chance at some bigger fish. The thing about it is, a lot of times throughout the year, when you're catching fish flipping, like I tell you guys all the time, you can get a number of bites. Sometimes you have to weed through the smaller fish and then just play the numbers game, and you will get big ones. It seems like for the next 2 months or so, if you get bit, if you're where you need to be, and if you get a bite, it's over 5 or 6 pounds. And that's just, for whatever reason, the way it works. And that's kind of what happened to me yesterday. I fished, to give you guys an example, I threw a swim jig a little bit, and I think I popped a frog a little bit. For the most part, I kept a flipping rod in my hands for 4 hours, and I've hit a couple known addresses that I historically get some bites this time of year, and really had nothing to show for it. On top of that, anything I did see in the water, bluegill, gar, catfish, were just lethargic, not moving around. Very few bluegill popping. There was some brim left on beds, and that's just kind of how it is this time of year. So making a very precise presentation to the right place and really taking my time, I knew was important. Ended up fish giving each area about an hour and 15 minutes. Made it to this one area where I knew there should be some fish, and there's a 100-yard stretch that I really favor, that I like. So I knew there was some fish around. And to give you an example, I fished down the 100-yard stretch, back, turned around, came back down it a second time, and then said the hell with it and went down it a third time, and was able to get this bite that I'm going to show you here on camera, which was like an 846. This was the first bass that I have reeled in personally since the end of June, which is crazy to think about. I might be exaggerating a little bit. I might have caught one here or there, but I haven't really been fishing. I haven't been going out fun fishing very much. When I'm working, I've really been not, even if people ask me to fish with them, I've really been shying away from that because I know the bites are so few and far between. It was a real tough summer. I wanted, them to get the opportunities of big fish, and I just haven't been going. So that it felt awesome to catch this big fish. On top of that, it was the first flipping bite I've had since mid-May, which is even crazier to think about. But with the low water, the flipping bite just wasn't there. So was able to catch this big fish, healthy, fat, just beautiful looking fish, biggest fish I've caught in a long time. And that was super cool. Ended up going out that afternoon, and me and Mike only caught a few fish. That's right before it got dark, catching them on a white swim jig. We did flip a little bit, but we kind of wanted to try and catch them on moving baits. Thought we'd find some schooling fish and what have you. But, if you want a chance at a big one, don't be afraid to pick up a flipping rod and just go. The way I explain to people is these fish want to feed first thing in the morning and right before it gets dark. But the bigger the fish, the more often they have to feed. An 8-pounder has to eat more than a 2-pounder. So in the middle of the day, that midday lull, if you get that bait in the right spot in front of that bigger fish, he's probably going to commit to it. So it's a mental grind, but the rewards could be awesome. I caught that fish on a Senko Sticks Big O rod. Absolutely love that rod. Can't say enough good things about it, or anything from the Senko Sticks brand. I believe I caught it on the Gambler Stinger with a 5.0 flipping hook, 65-pound braid, and was just an awesome catch to catch him the way I want to catch him. And it was the only bite I had in 4 hours, but it was a bagging. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you like the fish catch. If you guys want to get out there and get some, try to go do this for yourself, let me know. I'll leave my contact information in the description below. If you guys want to try you try yourself out a Senko Sticks rod, Alex, Jenna, and Sam over there build the best rod you can put in your hands. I believe I have a discount code Tight Splice for first-time buyers. You can use that in the discount code box on the website, and they'll give you some money off of a rod. Any questions you have at whether you want to design your own rod, whether you're just going back and forth between which model to try, what would best suit you, reach out to them. They will be more than happy to walk you through the entire process. So that's it. Appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully I can get you guys out here to try and flip up a big old 8-pound Okeechobee bass for yourself. So appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next one.
But a different place. And so I've enjoyed, I don't know, I really enjoy relationships and friendships, and this guy, we immediately hit it off, and it's like we talk weekly, and some stories about it, and honestly, you're seeing all this stuff, that we're hunting this deer.
What the hell is that? I don't even know what to say right now. Oh my God. This is the first bass I have caught since June.